Hey everybody, and welcome to a Tatter-a-fact here at the Girlz Inc. studio in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad to be here today. So we just got off a convention, the Las Vegas PMU convention. Uh, five convention was 4 days long, but really it's kind of 5 days for us because we roll in on Sunday, we set up the booth, or well, I say we, the girls do. Well, I had to mentally prepare because I did a live eyeliner demo. So they added a day and they did live demo. So that was pretty cool. So I got to do that and had a really, really nice big crowd around my table while I did a high saturation eyeliner on Sophia. She happens to be one of the artists here. So that was great. That was great. I would say it got great after I got the first pass done because Willow and Olivia, you guys weren't in the room. No, it was Ren and Amy was with me, and then Kat and Sarah wanted to pop in, and I'm glad I had them because it was a large crowd, and I was really afraid people were going to bump my bed, and people trying to see were trying to come in like in my sacred space, like where my tray is, and that space where the artist sits and your tray is. So I had to have Kat and Sarah stand there and not let people in that space because you're deathly afraid your bed's going to get bumped, while you're tattooing. But anyway, first pass. What's the one thing, artists, okay, everybody listening, what's the first thing, even if no one's watches, just you and a client in a room, what's the first thing you hope for? I hope she has good skin. I hope she tattoos good. But especially when you have a large crowd, you're doing a live eyeliner demo or brow demo, and you're doing it like in front of people, then you're you're wishing a little bit more, even more so, that skin's good. So Sophia, first pass, top eyeliner, the whole pass. I'm just not getting the color in that I'm used to getting in or that I brag about that I can get in. And she just was bleeding. I couldn't believe it. And so I kind of kept that anxiousness a little bit. Usually you're anxious leading right up to, and then the minute your needle gets in that skin, your anxiety just goes away, and you're just a tattooer like you always are, and you're just doing your thing like you always do. But you got all these eyes on you watching, and first pass, she's just not, she's taking a little bit of color, but not great color. Not like I'm used to with my work, and a lot of bleeding. And so, but I kind of, told them what was going on. I was, narrating and telling what I was seeing and experiencing. They could see it. And so put a little bit of, secondary on that, and with epinephrine and a little pigment seal, and went over and did the other side. And thank goodness the other side was a completely different story. It was like first pass, lots of black, hardly any bleeding, hardly any skin reaction. It was the exact opposite of what the other eye, top lid, did. And sometimes we experience that. Sometimes we experience that with eyebrows, even lips. You can have one eyebrow tattoo really well, very little bleeding, little discomfort, pigment going in fantastic, and then you get to the other brow and not so much bleeding, lymph, resistant to accepting color, and even lips. You have a bottom lip tattoo pretty well, and then the top lip not tattoo so well, or vice versa. So anyway, so I started feeling like, pretty good. I was feeling pretty good. I was like, all right, this is going on. This is happening. We're rocking and rolling. I see eyebrows raising. I hear the oohs, the ahs. This is what you want to hear, right? When you're demoing. So it was great. So I get back over to the other top, and yes, the pigment seal and my little tricks that I do got that skin to calm down, stop bleeding, stop oozing, and my next pass in was super high saturation, lots of blacks. So it was great, and did a top and bottom for all the viewers and attendees there, and came out great. I had a lot of, and we were there about 2 hours, lots of interaction, lots of Q&A, which is always fun while you're tattooing. And I mean that, lots of fun while you're tattooing. I love the Q&A while I'm tattooing. It's because it's while the action is happening. You get really good questions, and you get your explanations, I think, are even better because you're right in the midst of it. So anyway, that went really well. So I'm excited. And we're home now. But what a great convention. Did you guys have a great convention?
I did have a great convention.
You need to fix your mic, Willow.
Yes, there we go.
Okay.
I had a great convention. I thought it was a lot of fun. We met a lot of people. A lot of people actually were talking about the podcast, and that was really awesome to hear like everybody's feedback.
Yeah, you just got your lips tattooed 2 days ago, so I'm sitting here laughing my ass off at you because you look ridiculous.
I do. I feel a little ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're like you're like slurring your words or you can't talk right?
A little bit. I feel like I don't have like the best control over my movement anymore.
You don't.
And like I can't open my mouth that wide.
You can't.
Nope. And like every time I laugh, it's like a pucker so that I don't stress.
No, you see, you're puckering right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want your lips to crack.
Exactly. I want them to heal correctly.
Olivia's laughing her ass off at you. Look at her.
Well, not gonna lie, I've been trying to make Willow laugh all day just so I can see it. Sorry.
Don't you dare do that. I'm gonna tell Amy. Olivia, I'm going to tell Amy because Amy did Willow's lips, and that's what we tell clients with lips. Go home, try not to crack, don't talk too much, no extracurricular activities with the lips, if you know what I mean. But we try to tell the clients, look, I know you got to talk, I know you got to move your lips, but try not to like laugh and smile because once you get scabs, they crack, and then that can leave some little, inconsistencies with color, or that's what we worry about anyway. So so stop try to make her laugh, Olivia. You're gonna piss Amy off. I mean, yeah, and you'll piss Willow off. Imagine.
It hurts, man.
You look, you all, the camera's not on her. I was gonna say y'all gotta go to Tatter-a-fact YouTube page and look at Willow, because I mean, you want a good laugh, this is a good one, but we don't have a camera on you. You're really lucky.
I'll post a picture.
Yeah, let's post a picture. But anyway, you were a good sport, good champ. You
thank you.
Yeah, you let Amy do your lips. But the conference, back to the conference. Conference was great. PMU Vegas conference, blast. There was about 500 attendees there, so vendors were great. Energy was great. Melissa and Eric, the owners of the conference, they have a whole team of family and personal friends, and they're so professional and so organized, and just put on such a great venue. So, if you're looking at conferences to attend next year, I know a lot of PMU artists, plan out their conferences, which ones they're going to attend, and they start saving their money early on and start, preparing. The Vegas PMU conference, it's a fantastic conference. It really, really is. If it wasn't, this wouldn't be my second year. And we will be back next year. And as long as they keep holding them, Melissa and Eric, I will be there. That's how great this conference is. So, and what I love most about them, I guess, as a vendor and where I am now in my career, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago in my career, I got to meet artists that were, much more skilled than me. I got to meet the people, the suppliers I was buying my supplies from. It was very exciting. You network, you meet people, and great place to just make some permanent makeup, friends and build community, which I think is really important. And I loved it. I got hooked on conventions, I think my first year in PMU, and have been going ever since. But now I'm on the other side of the convention. Now happen to be one of those people that speak and educate, and at the conventions do live demos. I am the one with the booth, vendoring products. And so now, like my role in the convention, I get to meet all the artists that follow us and shop the Girlz Inc. store, buy our products, listen to our podcast. And for me, that was so cool. And it's cool for them too. I mean, how many people came up and like, I follow you guys. I was so excited to meet you. Or I listened to your podcast. I love Tatter-a-fact. It's helped me through this, that, and the other. Some people actually get downright emotional. I mean, emotional. And that is always really, really touching. When you've touched someone, this is why I'm really big on giving back, to give more to the industry than you take. Because when you give and give, and then one day you meet someone that you gave to, and you changed them or you helped them in such a way they will never forget it for the rest of their lives, that they become emotional, actually emotional. Their eyes well up with tears, and their voice cracks, and they become emotional trying to tell you. You taking that moment out to email them back or get on the phone or help them out in whichever manner that you did, it's I get emotional. That's why you do it. That's why you do it. That's why you give. That's why you give. It's just such profound. And I think you're reminded in that very moment how much you can impact another human, how helpful you can be, the difference you can make in someone's life, personally and professionally. And I think that sometimes, or maybe a lot of times, we often forget that. I will be honest that I think I forget that, because I help so many people in a day or in the course of a week. And sometimes you don't get a thank you, or you'll get a little smiley face back, or things like that. And you just keep moving. You're fluid, and you're moving. But when you're at a convention and you're face to face with that human, and I can reach out and like grab her hand, and I can feel her energy, and I can see the tear coming down her eyes, and I can hear her voice shake, and we're looking at each other, in each other's eyes, and she's telling you thank you, and how you helped her. It's really impactful. It really affects me really, really deep. And that's the sometimes, we all know this industry can be rough. Sometimes those are the moments, those are the things that really keep you going, that kind of motivate you, when you're looking for motivation. It's that, really, it's that. So give, you guys, keep giving and help out your fellow artist and your industry. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so we are here, and so let's talk. Do we have anything else we want to talk about before I got into my subject? No? Okay. So I will say one more thing. Yeah, convention hangover is a real thing, and it does take me. I used to bounce back in a day. I could be right back in the studio like 2 days later. Now it's like, oh my gosh, we need, like, you guys even needed a few days off, because you're going. But yeah, so the convention recuperation does take a little bit longer as you get older. Just a warning, maybe, just so you don't schedule clients the next day or 2 days later. I think you do need a little rest.